Hello all, Dr. K here. Today we're going to do a deep dive into the referral process for special education. Navigating the referral process, it can be complex, right? But when you suspect a child may need extra support, maybe even special education services, that path can suddenly feel a lot more complicated, full of twists, turns, deadlines. It's completely understandable why it can feel overwhelming. Having a clear map, knowing the steps, makes a huge difference. It helps you feel more in control, more confident. Today, we're focusing specifically on the referral process, the first critical steps when a parent or a school suspects a child may have a disability that's impacting their learning and that the student may need special education services. That initial phase sets everything else in motion. My goal today is to unpack the referral process. We'll cover the timelines, who's responsible for what, and parent rights throughout the process. I want to make this feel clear, straightforward, maybe even like a shortcut to being informed. So, where do we start? First, let's go to the referral. The referral is the first step in the process. In this context, a referral is the formal action taken when someone suspects a child's disability is impacting their education and that they may need special education services to succeed. This ties directly into something called child fine, which sounds proactive, and it is. Child fine is actually a legal requirement. It means that the local education agency, your school district, or LEA, has a responsibility to identify, locate, and evaluate all children with disabilities within their boundaries, from birth all the way through age 21. So it's not just waiting for parents to raise a red flag. The school system is legally responsible for actively looking. It puts the responsibility on the school district to ensure that students are not slipping through the cracks. It's a crucial principle. So who can make the referral? The good news is it's pretty broad. A referral can be made anytime by a teacher, a parent, or even what the law calls others. This could be the student's doctor, therapist, caseworker, or a family member. Basically, anyone with relevant knowledge of the student. But there's something important about this. The referral has to be completed in writing, and it must be on the official referral form the school district uses. That creates a formal, documented start to the process. Let's say a child's doctor sends a letter expressing concern. That alone would not count as an official referral. But the general education teacher can then use that letter to complete the official referral form on behalf of the outside party. So again, the form is key. It ensures everything is documented properly from the start. Now, once the referral is made using the official referral form, what happens next? We're not going to immediately jump into a big meeting. There's a preparation phase before what's called the referral conference. It's not just about booking a meeting room. It's about gathering existing data to inform the conversation. This includes data such as screening results, teacher behavior checklist, medical information, previous school records, intervention data, student work samples, and so forth. It's all about building a well-rounded, holistic view of the child. Teacher observations over time are especially valuable at this stage. Now let's talk about parental involvement. Once the referral is received, the LEA must notify the parent formally and in writing about the referral and the specific concerns behind it. The LEA is then required to schedule a referral conference within 7 calendar days of receiving the referral. That's right, you only have 7 calendar days to schedule it. And the notice for the meeting, it must include the date, time, location, and purpose of the meeting, and it must be sent by registered, certified, or first-class mail. But what if the parents do not respond to the notice? Life happens, right? If there's no response within 7 days, the LEA has to send the 14-day notice. And the schedule the meeting to take place 7 days after that second notice goes out. Even so, the referral conference must happen no later than 21 calendar days after the referral was received, regardless of delays. And if the parents still have not responded after all of that, the conference may still proceed without them, as long as the LEA has made reasonable attempts to involve them in the meeting. In a case where parents cannot be located or a child is the ward of the state, the LEA must assign a surrogate parent to represent the child's educational interest. So what happens at the referral conference? The goal is to review all of the data, discuss the concerns, and decide the next step. The meeting must include at least 3 people: the LEA representative, a teacher familiar with the child or the area of concern, and ideally, the person who made the referral. Parents, of course, are invited, and we would really like them to attend our meetings. Whatever decision is made, it must be documented, and parents must receive written notice of the decision. There are 3 possible outcomes. The committee may decide on a comprehensive evaluation. The team may want to go ahead and test the student in all areas: cognitive, academic, emotional, behavior, and so forth. The committee may see that there is a very specific concern like speech and may request just a specialized evaluation. Or the team may determine there's not enough evidence to suspect a disability under IDEA and that the child's needs can be addressed through the general education supports. If the committee decides to evaluate, there's one more major step: parental consent. The LEA must obtain written informed consent from the parents before conducting any evaluations. Once the consent is received, the clock starts. The school has 60 calendar days to complete the evaluation, and within 30 calendar days of the assessment's last component, the team must hold an evaluation programming conference, or EPC. At the EPC, the team, including the parents, reviews all data and determines whether the child meets the legal definition of having a disability and needing special education services. If yes, then the team will move forward in developing an individualized education program, or an IEP, to outline the services and support the child will receive. Whew, that's a lot of steps, but it's all laid out to ensure a fair and timely process for every student. Now let's touch briefly on parents' rights. The parents have a right to review all educational records. They have the rights to look at test results, notes, emails, everything and anything that was involved. The parents have a right to confidentiality. Student information is private and only shared with those directly involved with the process. Parents also have a right to participate. Parents are required members at every decision-making process. Parents also have a right to obtain free copies of all paperwork at no cost to them. These rights are there to ensure parents are informed and empowered partners every single step of the way. So thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, or you can go and look at Arkansas State Special Education regs. Have a great day.